I am 23 years old and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. All I really know is that I know nothing, that I have nothing figured out, that I have no career aspirations and too little interest in worldly achievements. I can't decide if I want to live a slow life in the mountains, move to the city or somewhere close to the beach. Do I want to travel the world, build a van, or settle down in a small cottage in the forest? I often feel that I could do everything, and at the same time I don't aspire to be anything. And so this uncertainty is paralyzing, and I often find myself in stagnancy, not sure what to do, most often not doing anything. And then it always comes down to the same question. What is my purpose? So today is one of the days where I just feel completely lost and purposeless. But honestly, today is just one of the other thousand days that I've had that felt like this before. Because I've been journaling for about 12 or more years. I have all my journals from back when I was 12. And when I go back rereading my journals, I just can see myself in this mind space of what is my purpose, and my life has no purpose, and it's a never ending circle of wanting to have and find a deeper purpose in my life. And sometimes when I'm journaling I have the realization that this is my purpose. Being here is my purpose. There is nothing to achieve, there's nothing to do, you just have to be here and exist. There's really nothing I need to do, and the purpose is me just existing and just me. My purpose can be what I nourish and what I do with my life, what I choose to do. The purpose is what I do and what I create in the now moment, I guess. But sometimes, and not sometimes, very often my mind just don't want to accept it. I feel like when you're journaling you create a lot of self-awareness, so I know that I am cycling back and back and back into this spiral, into this circle, and it's repeating itself over and over again, that my life is worthless like this, like how I'm living it right now, and that I need to do something greater. This mindset takes away so much joy from life, because you always want to do something better, greater, and you're never really satisfied and happy. And now again I'm already overthinking it. Is purpose really what I'm doing right now? And here again my mind is circling again. It's crazy. And also truly I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. It's kind of confusing and scary. I have let weeks, months pass me by, paralyzed by the not knowing, by fear, by the unknown. Always with a feeling of, I need to do something, need to achieve something, work towards a greater goal beyond myself. And through that paralyzing feeling, this place of stagnancy, there was never any energy to create, only to scroll, to numb myself, to shut down and procrastinate. I felt like I'm not doing enough, that I'm not achieving enough in my life. I can't remember how many times I searched the internet for a solution to the way I felt. Looking up, I have no purpose in life. I have no idea what to do with my life. And I never came out with a fulfilling answer to my questions. How many hours of my life have I journaled through this pain of not knowing, through the fear and uncertainty? How often have I compared my life to others, idolizing them, wanting to be them? Comparing myself to the people who seem to have everything figured out, to the people who have those big goals, those big career aspirations, that know exactly what they want. And how often I did came away from that feeling empty, worthless and meaningless. I wish I was kidding, but setting up my camera took me almost an hour. Being a perfectionist is hard. It is hard. It's not funny. Today I'm wearing my fairy dress in nature. It's so pretty. I can't even begin to tell you in how much of a deep hole I was in April and in the beginning of May. I was just having a really hard time, but this is why I am sharing this video for anyone that has ever felt the same way that I did. Purposeless, hopeless, meaningless, and that is really the purpose of this video. I had many times in my life where I felt this sense of meaningless, purposeless, and also that life is forever like just dragging on in the pursuit of me wanting to find a deeper purpose, that life is just endlessly going on, but in a bad way. I just used to rack my brain figuring out what my purpose was on this earth, and it really brought me to overthink and make it so complicated, and it doesn't need to be so complicated at all. And right away I want to share with you a quote that really helped me on my journey, and that is: the meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple. And yet, everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. And when I read that for the first time, it was like my mind, something clicked within me, within my brain. And so this quote really helped me to get on the path of seeing that life in itself, existence in itself, is the purpose why we are here. Because, like, honestly, we are all here to experience this beautiful thing called life, and at the same time not only to exist, but our purpose can be and should be to experience life to the fullest, to enjoy every single small moment. What I figured out for myself is that purpose is created every single day, that purpose is what you do, that purpose is what you nourish, that purpose is what you create in the now moment, who you choose to be. And really that purpose must not need to be a goal that you have to achieve, but like something you create every single day. Talking about purpose is just such a hard thing to do or to pinpoint, because purpose can be so many different things. But if you feel like you have no purpose in this life, then I want to tell you that your first and most important purpose is just to be here and exist and live life fully. And I wrote down, there's nothing to achieve beyond the joy of life. You can just be, allow yourself to live fully and create your purpose from here, this very moment. So like I said, I think talking about purpose is a hard thing to do. And I came to the realization that there are 3 different types of purpose. Like the first and most important purpose, the purpose of life is just to be alive. And secondly, the purpose is what you create in every single moment. And thirdly, purpose can be your chosen goal, a chosen purpose. For example, to save the ocean, but always seeing the first one, the purpose of being alive, just to be alive, just to exist and experience, as the baseline, as the most important purpose of your life. And now that I have found more clarity around the theme of purpose, I want to share with you some things that always help me whenever I still feel like because sometimes I still do, still feel like that my life lacks meaning or purpose. The thing that helps me always the most is switching my mindset, going from what is my purpose, I have no purpose in life, what am I doing with my life, to my purpose is being created through everything I do right now in every single moment. That purpose is who I am right now, what I choose to nourish. Only this simple thought always switches something within my brain. And secondly, what always helps me in those moments is to go outside into nature. Nature always just grounds me so very much, helps me to go from my head, from my mind, into my body and into the present moment. Nature just always shows me that it's not so deep, that just experiencing life alone, just being in nature and being in general is enough of a purpose. It is enough just to experience life. And every time I'm outside, I don't know, it really just always grounds me so much. Nature just always shows me that it can be very simple, because everything in nature, every animal, it just exists. And another thing that always helps me is to meditate, to connect to stillness, to source, creator, to allow myself to be still, to sit still, and evoke some kind of sense of safety. And it always helps me find so much clarity as well. So every now and then I still have those moments of purposelessness, of not knowing what I'm doing, what the meaning of my life is. And it is normal. So you're not alone in this, if you've ever felt like this. And I want you to know that healing takes time, that this took me a long while to figure out. Although it's a very simple view of life, but it took me a long time to figure out. So healing takes time, be gentle with yourself, and I hope that it was helpful for you maybe. And I see you soon in my next video.